Hey everyone, this is Lisa and Nancy with Big Blend Radio, and today we are sitting at the Georgia-O-Keeffe-Museum in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And are we in the plaza area? I don't know, but we just arrived here, and the first thing we did was park the car and run over here to meet our friend Debbie Stone, who's been on our show for a few years now. She's a travel writer, a world traveler, and she's also known as the Fire Monkey. And you can read her articles in Big Blend Radio and TV Magazine and National Park Traveling. You go there as well, nationalparktraveling.com. But she is a docent here at the museum. So, hey, it's cool to do this in person.
It is so cool. I'm thrilled that you're here.
It's so much fun. And so you've been a docent here for what, over 6 years?
It's between 5 and 6 years. When I moved here, I decided that I really wanted to work as a docent, and the museum that came up first for me was the Georgia-O-Keeffe-Museum. I was really, I think, attracted to her work, but I had no idea what the depth of her work was, because I really only knew what many people know, which was her floral work. I came to find out that was a very small percentage of her output. But in the process of learning about O'Keeffe and learning about the Southwest and New Mexico and how near and dear to her heart it was, it just all clicked together, being able to share the art with visitors who came and who come from all over the world, because this really is a magnet for people. It is a top attraction for Santa Fe and for New Mexico. She's really synonymous with New Mexico and the landscape here, which of course is incredibly beautiful and very dramatic. And when you come here, you understand exactly what inspired O'Keeffe to create the paintings that she has, especially her New Mexico and Southwest landscapes.
I think the other part, I know, Nancy, you enjoyed going through and seeing all the different parts and the bones.
I know, I love the bones.
She's a bone collector.
Well, it's the basis of structure.
Yes.
Without all the stuff on top. That's like the skeleton is your structure.
Right.
So that's a good place to start.
Right.
Especially for an artist, if you're trying to learn how things move and how things work. So I understand why she's attracted to them.
I think one of the coolest things is that they, all the art people are like, no, she's not doing European art, even though she's of European descent and has studied European art. She's her own grandma.
She's her own person, and for decades, she was I think inventing herself and honing her style. And throughout the museum, you see early works, you see her trying different styles, you see her being influenced maybe by different artists, and then you see when she comes into her own. But she was truly an individual, independent woman. This is a woman who was born in the late 1800s, and it's miraculous how she invented herself and took risks.
She has a lot of firsts for women in art. That is another thing.
Well, she definitely painted things that normally women would not paint, like buildings. That's a man's job.
The whole skyscrapers.
It's a man's job.
It's a man. Her husband told her, you shouldn't be trying to paint those buildings, because even the men have a hard time doing it.
Well, that's now the relationship with her husband. This is quite an interesting love story because of his art as a photographer.
Yes.
And then her.
Yes.
Can you tell we're sitting outside? There's a delivery.
There is, and it's they're the age difference of 20 odd years difference between them. They had this connection, this love of art, and she, I think, was his muse for a long time. He took many pictures of her, and he was her mentor for a period of time as well. But he also gave her first show at a gallery in Manhattan, at his gallery. He basically brought her work to the public eye. The world was able to see what she was doing. And from that point on, critics and the public were able to really, appreciate her work. But, before that, her work had not come into the public eye.
And she's also got, as we walked here to the museum, it looks like there's another building that is also part of here.
That's the research center.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
the research
yes,
center.
Yeah, so the museum owns, the museum, the research center, and her houses in New Mexico. She has 2 homes. One is in Abiquiu and one is in Ghost Ranch. The one in Abiquiu is open for tours to the public. The one in Ghost Ranch is closed and not open to the public. But you can go to Ghost Ranch itself. You can see the landscape. You can see where she got her inspiration from. The famous mountain Pedernal that was, she said if she painted enough times, she hoped that God would give it to her. And then you can go to Abiquiu and see her home and studio, and basically get a perspective of her as a person, where she lived, what was around her, how she lived. And at the one in Abiquiu, the garden is so important to her. This is a woman who was doing smoothies before, way before they were considered anything healthy and vogue.
Yeah, let's touch on that, because you went to a cooking class at the Santa Fe
Yes.
Cooking School.
Yes.
That was inspired by Georgia-O-Keeffe.
Her recipes.
Her recipes. So I read in your article, you talked about how here she's all about, real slow food, farm to, garden to table.
Organic.
Vegetables and all this,
Right.
but then she wants the big T-bone steak, and I'm going, she wants the bone.
She wants to make that bone.
She wants that bone. But so this was based off of a cookbook, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And people can, you can find, what did Georgia-O-Keeffe eat? What came from her garden?
She wanted her garden. That was a big deal for her.
She wanted her garden because she wanted to eat from the land. And that was so important to her. And she read, and there's books that the museum has, that she read all these books on organic gardening and talked to the local
Organic
farmers.
at that point.
Yes, which is way ahead of the step of time,
Yeah.
And,
Well, we were normal at doing that as a normal thing way back when, until we mass-produced and thought,
Right.
hey, let's put chemicals on things.
Yeah, but she would talk to the farmers, talk to the people of the community, the locals that lived there and knew the land and what would grow there, and she had fruit trees all around her property,
See, that's something I want to touch on too, because the desert, right? We're in the high desert,
Right.
And a lot of people think when you hear the word desert, nothing grows. And the three of us know from visiting other deserts that things grow.
Yes.
But coming out here already, I'm seeing rose bushes in bloom and hollyhocks in bloom.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, Santa Fe is colorful. I have no idea. We just got off the boat.
You just got off the boat.
I have no idea where
you are in store for a lot of wonderful things to see, because it is a very colorful, vibrant, eclectic place. They call it the city different, and there's all the reasons for that as well. But I think you'll find it. You'll discover it as I won't spoil it, but you will discover it as you move yourself through it in the next few days. And it's just coming to the O'Keeffe Museum. She was a master colorist, so you also will see all of that color throughout the area.
I know we've got a lot of art museums and galleries to go to.
Oh my gosh! And concerts, music, and
bandolier.
Native American, ruins and cliff dwellings, and just amazing.
And margaritas.
Oh my gosh! There is a margarita trail here.
I know.
And I mean, many restaurants have their version of the margarita. There's also, like, for people who are interested, the green chili, red chili. Get it together. It's called Christmas, and it's like that's how people order it. You want red or green or Christmas together.
Oh, I want Christmas.
So if you just a little note here, FYI, if you go to a restaurant and it's chili and they'll ask you red or green, you can say, I wanted Christmas.
Okay.
And you'll be so in vogue with the locals.
Oh, right on. Well, we want to be that
You
way.
have to be that way.
And
Yes,
what about
exactly.
this Frito pie thing?
That is something that is also pretty well known here as well. You can get it at the Five and Dime, is where absolutely known for it, and people come and that's what they want is Frito pie. They want the green chili cheeseburger. They want the margarita. It's
Okay,
Let's
just
go chili.
Sounds good. There's a reason we came here.
food and beverage. There's plenty of watering holes here, and food. I mean, food is like the restaurant scene here. I think is
It
amazing.
seems like it's going to be something very fresh. So going back to it being grown here.
It's wonderful. It's really, you have such choice when it comes to restaurants. We are very spoiled, us residents and locals. We just, there's so much here, and always good restaurants. Everything, not only just New Mexican and Mexican and Southwest, but everything here.
Awesome.
So you'll have. Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful. And then, if you're interested in galleries, I think there's almost 200 art galleries in Santa Fe.
Wow.
Canyon Road, you must walk. It's the longest, mile-long walk with galleries and wonderful installations on either side of the road. And you just walk up and up and up and up and up to the top. Grab a wonderful, and go to the tea house at the top of the Canyon Road. There's so much here. I'm so excited.
We're going to be doing a lot of 1-hour walks, but it's going to be like a 4-day walk.
We're going to walk up, and then we're going to have
roll down
something with us.
Oh, she wants to play Portofino. Portofino across Santa Fe. See. Well, Debbie, thank you for being our welcoming committee to Santa Fe.
Just so
Awesome.
happy that you're here and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Nancy and Lisa, and of course Priscilla. This is artist Victoria Chick saying well done on completing another installment of the Love Your Parks story series covering nonprofit art galleries, museums, and public art programs.